Giants Week 9 film review. I think it was Week 9. I'll sound stupid if it's Week 10. I think it was Week 9, though. But we start with a 1st and 10 play, a creative Jason Garrett play, which I love to see. You send Evan Engram right here in the backfield, then send him out to the left, and then you do a handoff to Sterling Shepard. And it's a good play because I think 3 or 4 Washington defenders were fooled by this play, and Shepard picks up 18 yards. And if you've watched the Giants all year, you can tell that the play calling has been a lot more creative as the weeks have gone on. Now we'll watch here. I think this linebacker here, and maybe somebody else gets fooled on this play. And this is why we always say pre-snap motion works. And even Chase Young didn't really see this one coming as well. 1, 2, 3, even 4, and even Chase Young. You can say 5 people. I think I might have included him. So 4 people maybe were fooled by this play, and it worked. And you have Shepard out here, 2 blockers in front of him, even 3 if you include this guy over here. And it works. 18-yard pickup. Nice call by Jason Garrett on the first drive. Here was the 4th and 1 call for the Giants offense on their first drive, and I didn't mind the call. They're on the 35. It's a long field goal. You're 1 yard away here. Now, some people might argue that an inside handoff to Dion Lewis is probably not the best option, but hey, I don't mind them going for it. Maybe it wasn't the best play call, but sometimes it comes down to your guys beating their guys, and we'll see if there's any holes opened up from this side. Now, looking from this view, this kind of looked like a read option. I feel like Jones actually had an opportunity to keep this ball. I feel like if Jones kept it, there might have been a better chance of him just beating one safety right here. And he probably could have picked it up. I think if Jones ran for this on the outside, he could have picked it up. But hindsight's 20/20 on that one. But we'll look from this angle to see if any open holes were made. Now, it looks like initially right here, that's the first thing I'm looking at, right between Gates and Zeitler. But that's where he goes, and I guess it doesn't work. I mean, he runs into somebody. He runs into Nick Gates' backside, but doesn't really get anything. And then I think it was Cam Fleming's guy was able to get off of him. Now, maybe, as I said, in hindsight, you try and go through Fleming and Engram's side right here on the back side, but I don't really blame him because my initial thought was go through this hole. So he did the right thing. I think that's the A gap, they call it in football terms. So I think he picked the right hole at first, but he just did not get the 1 yard he needed. So I think looking back on this play, maybe Jones could have kept the ball, but it is what it is. And I don't mind the play call, but just an unfortunate result for the Giants. Here was the Austin Mack 50-yard catch. Now, this was a zone defense for Washington. We'll just let it play real quick. A cover 3, it looks like. But I think the Giants just had a perfect play to counteract this because the Giants had 4 guys going deep. And, of course, in the cover 3, there's 3 defenders back. So we'll just watch it play out real quick. Now, I think right here, I think this is Ronald Darby, 23, kind of overcommits to the side of Evan Engram. And I don't know if he saw Austin Mack going deep or not. That might have been a problem here. But if he played this in the middle, then I think this probably would not have been open. But you can see Ronald Darby really fully commits to Evan Engram right here, and when he should have been playing in a zone like this guy right here on the other side. But he does not really see Austin Mack behind him. Daniel Jones is going to see this whole thing develop, makes a nice throw, and hits him in stride. So, look, it takes one guy to screw up a play on defense, and I think Darby was the guilty one for Washington right there at cornerback. Now, we'll see the offensive line right here and what they did for Daniel Jones. Seemed like both tackles did a pretty decent job and created a pocket there, especially Andrew Thomas. I like what he did right there. The initial hands, I guess, weren't too great. He kind of missed his first punch right there, but he recovered nicely. You can see Cam Fleming on the right side doing a good job, and even the interior guys doing a nice job. Shane Lemieux and Nick Gates on a double team, and Zeitler held up very nicely on his guy individually. And Daniel Jones steps up, does what he's supposed to do. Nice follow through, and hits Mack right in stride. Perfect pass, and a breakdown in Washington's defense for a 50-yard gain. So here's a 3rd and 8 for Washington's offense on their own 27, and Jabril Peppers with a nice play right here. Peppers is against Logan Thomas. Thomas is here. Peppers is here. He tries to run an out route, and we can watch right here. He presses him at the line, does not let him get a free release, which I like. He tries to run an out route, gets the outside leverage, which he wants, and basically just has to break to the outside. So Thomas thinks he has him where he wants him right here, but Peppers with some great makeup speed and makes a great play on the ball. You can see him get his right arm in there to knock that pass away. And I don't know if the Giants are being coached differently this year or what, but you can tell the cornerbacks and safeties and even linebackers against balls that they really can't see too well. Now, I know Peppers got his eye on this ball, but we saw James Bradbury last week basically put his hand in between Mike Evans' hands and knock a ball away in a similar situation. So they've been much better at just knocking passes away and just knocking balls freely that should be caught. And this is one that should be caught. It's a nice throw, but you can see Peppers get his hand in there and doesn't really catch it too cleanly and was able to knock it away. So great play by Jabril. Definitely not the last time we'll see him in this video. So I mentioned this in my post-game video, the reaction, but I said that a lot of the 5 sacks that the Giants gave up on Daniel Jones wasn't exactly the offensive line's fault. So here's a flea flicker, long developing play. I don't know if you can really blame the offensive line. They didn't do a great job, and I think it might be Shane Lemieux specifically who got beat on this play, but this is tough for an offensive line. Now, the bad news is that right here we have one corner and I think one safety who's basically guarding the, I don't know if this is a post route or just a deep route for whoever this is, but we have a deep crosser by, I think this is Sterling Shepard maybe, who probably would have been open on this side of the field. So if he had time, probably would have had it. You can see Shepard, I think it is, put his hand up. But we'll see this angle exactly to see what went wrong here. We'll watch Shane Lemieux, who just kind of gets beat right here, but I think that's by Deron Payne on the outside. So tough guy to stay in front of, I get it, but we'll see who else gave up some pressure on this play. It looked like Evan Engram maybe. No, that's Caden Smith on the right side with Kerrigan. So, I mean, the Giants would have executed this play, honestly, and even Andrew Thomas against Chase Young, that is, didn't do the best job. Now he did make up for it. I think Andrew Thomas right here, you can see Chase Young kind of stumble right there, and that gave Thomas enough space to get in front of him once again. So I think Thomas right here did a good job, but I think Shane Lemieux definitely got beat on this play. He did not do what he was supposed to do, but this play might have taken a bit too long to develop, and right there gave Washington a sack. So I don't know who to blame on this play exactly, but I guess if Caden Smith and even Shane Lemieux held their blocks a bit longer, this play might have worked. So maybe just not the right play call at the right time, but I think Shane Lemieux and even Caden Smith have to hold their blocks a bit longer there. So I think in the post-game reaction, I gave the Giants some credit for how well they've done with these 1 or 2 yard touchdown runs, and they've been very efficient in the red zone lately. And here's an example why. So watch Nick Gates, the center. Watch Kevin Zeitler, the right guard. They seal these guys off right here, and right here. Wide open hole, once again in the A-gap, as I said before. And Wayne Gallman with a wide open hole. Just an easy touchdown right there. But, you got to appreciate what these guys did, Nick Gates and Kevin Zeitler. Zeitler and Gates do a great job right here. Watch how their backs are basically, even with each other, and they just want to make this hole right here. That's exactly what they do. Great seal blocks by both of them, and an easy touchdown for Wayne Gallman. So here was a 3rd and 6 for the Giants, and they actually successfully ran a pick play in a way, which we do not see from this offense very often. It was by Austin Mack right here on Bostic, I think that is, John Bostic. And 1 broken tackle, 2... gets blasted on the 3rd one, but a great job right there by the Giants offense. I like what I saw. So we'll see Austin Mack, he's right here, and we see Shepard right here running the drag route, and he's going to pick Bostic right there, but doesn't make it like egregious. He acts like he's running a route, which is good, right? So he doesn't have to do too much. Does a good job of getting in his way. Shepard's wide open. Nice block right here by, I guess that's Dion Lewis. Yeah, nice job by Lewis on the block right there. Now, I don't know what Washington was doing on defense, and as you guys can probably see if you watch the entire thing, one of the Giants receivers right down here was wide open. So that's not good to see because that would have been an easy touchdown. But I think by that point, we can see it right there. By this point, you can argue maybe Jones should have seen this, but I think by this point he noticed Thomas got beat kind of initially, so he had to roll to his right. That's fine. Good pocket presence. I'm fine with that. But he sees Shepard wide open, gets him. Now I was confused because there's like man coverage going on here, man coverage here, but it looked like everything on this side was zone, and I don't think anyone was guarding Shepard or even Max. So I don't know what type of defense that was, to be honest with you, but hey, it worked for the Giants, and a nice little pick route right there, or pick play by Austin Mack. So we'll see what the offensive line did. Now the tackles, they kind of gave up a bit on the outside. You can see Thomas right there recovered nicely. Jones stepped up in the pocket. Fleming kind of got beat to the outside initially as well by Sweat. But both guys right here, center and right guard, I think that is, doing a good job on Payne. And we'll see who else is there. Shane Lemieux. They might have went for a stunt. I don't know if it was. No, I guess not. I don't know what was going on right there. But Lemieux did his job, and just an easy pass to Shepard. Breaks a couple tackles and picks up 21 yards. Here was a 2nd and 9 for Washington's offense, and this was a nice creative play by Patrick Graham, who's been great this year, honestly. This is the play where Isaac Yiadom got in on sack. Now, he did a good job of, like, if you can do this every time, like where you kind of not bring a quarterback down, but kind of just, hold him there, he lost more yards, honestly. And I think Leonard Williams was there to clean that up. I don't know if he was there. Actually, no, that was Dalvin Tomlinson, I'm pretty sure, actually. So, honestly, nice job there. So I think the Giants are in zone defense here. They compensate on this side right here by sending a linebacker in the flat right here. That might be David Mayo. I can't really tell. I see a 5, so I think that's Martinez. I think that's Mayo. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But you can see Yiadom right here. Now, Smith doesn't see it till right there. Like, he sees it very late, and by that point, Yadam's already basically in his face. Tries to get away, but he gets enough of his jersey, and he gets some help right there from Tomlinson and even Lawrence right there to make that play happen. But I feel like every receiver was covered on this play. I mean, there was an option right here to go for Thomas in the flat, maybe a dump off to Gibson that looks like, or even right here, but it looks like the receivers that were going deep, not even deep, but just running curl routes, they were not open right there. So a great job by the Giants defense. Alex Smith had no choice whatsoever, kind of had to take the sack there or throw it away. But we'll see from this angle where the pressure was coming from. So I don't think Gibson saw it. I don't know if he was supposed to be a blocker on this play. I guess not. He leaked out right there. But you can see right there, Yadam was not seen until, let's see, I think right there. It was kind of like the oh crap moment, like he's coming at me, unblocked. And Alex Smith tried to get out of it, but it just couldn't happen. And a good job right there by Tomlinson to come in there before Alex Smith had a chance to throw that ball away or anything like that. So a nice job there by Patrick Graham, who I've been very thrilled with so far this year. Here we had back-to-back nice runs by Alfred Morris. We'll watch from this angle to see what happened with the blocking exactly, but I think Kevin Zeitler had a pretty key block on the outside right there. And I forget who else it was. I mean, we see Matt Parrott in there on that play. Maybe, I think Toilolo and Caden Smith maybe made some key blocks. Now, I think this is Smith on Harrigan right here, who stealed him off pretty nicely to allow Morris to get to that outside. And, of course, they have Zeitler on a cornerback. I think that's Darby once again. That's a mismatch. And Morris, just straight line speed, got out there, almost, barreled over a guy for more yards. But a great job by Morris right there. And the offensive line did a good job. A nice little outside run concept right there that works pretty nicely. You can see Gates right there, chip number 55, just enough to not let him get there. So nice job on blocking right there and for Alfred Morris to find the hole. Now I think this is a couple plays later, maybe the next play honestly, and we'll see what happened here. So a bit of a delay of a handoff right there. And we'll see one linebacker almost comes in and makes a play. I don't know if Lemieux got any piece of him. If he did, definitely saved that tackle from happening in the backfield. You can see Matt Parrott right here, works on him at first, and then I think goes for Bostic and clears him out of the way. And then here's Morris back here. Who is this right here? Zeitler once again. Zeitler played really well in this game, honestly, but Zeitler making a key block as well to steal off this angle, and even Matt Parrott right here to open up this hole. So Parrott, Lemieux, Zeitler, key blocks on that play. Another good run right there by Morris. So here is the Evan Engram touchdown catch, which was almost a drop. Thank God it wasn't. But Washington, I believe, is in man coverage right here. So here's Engram in his matchup. He gets the inside, which is what he wants. And the safety right here is on the left hash mark. So there's more room over here to make a play. That's exactly what happens. This, honestly, if you're a Giants fan for a little bit, this reminds me a lot of that Larry Donnell touchdown against the 49ers that happened in like 2015 or so, that game winner at home against San Francisco. I think it was Sunday night. But very similar concept. He caught the ball in his helmet, kind of a similar play where I think it was Eli, of course. I don't think Jones looked off to the left. I think Eli had a pump fake to the left, but we'll see if Jones looked to the left or not. I think he might have at first, maybe to try and draw the safety off a bit. He does. I mean, kind of glances to the left at first, and we'll see the offensive line, what they did here. Thomas almost got beat right there. You see that bad move right there by Thomas. He kind of reached, and Chase Young got by him a little bit. Looks like Matt Parrott did a great job. The interior, once again, doing a great job. And Jones had enough time. There wasn't too much time to block right there, honestly. It was a quick throw. But great job by Daniel Jones. Not to eye him down for too long. Started off looking to the left. Looked off that safety right there long enough to make a nice throw. And as I said before, thank God, Engram did not drop that. A perfectly placed pass for a touchdown. So here was the long Cam Sims catch before halftime for 32 yards. Sims is right there. The Giants are in a zone coverage here. And you could blame Isaac Yiadom, but it's a tough play because I'll show you why in a second, but we'll see if the tackles were made. I guess Love did a good job of tripping him up right there, but you see Yiadom right here drop into what looks like more of like a cover 2. I think this safety over here, I don't know if is that Jabril or not? I can't even tell. It might be Logan Ryan, honestly, but he kind of steps up in this area underneath. You drop back Yiadom, you drop back this safety as well, who I believe is Julian Love. So now you have two high safeties, and you have, Darnay Holmes right here, and he's keeping his eye on the quarterback, doing a good job, and you could see Smith looking to this side, but Yiadom's in a tough spot because we have one receiver right here running like a deep, post route or even just a fly route, and Yiadom has to basically look out for him and look out for Sims, so he kind of has two guys to account for right there. and he sees, he could have went deep right here. Yadam could have went right here to try and compensate for this guy, but Smith did a good job of fitting that ball in right there, and you can see Sims made the catch. So tough situation there for Yadam. I can't completely defend him because I guess you've got to make that play, but at the same time, it is tough because you're in between one guy and another guy. He could have went with this guy or he could have went with this guy. So he decided to kind of just play it out and wait, but waiting was not the right decision right there, and Cam Sims had a nice catch. He was great in this game, honestly, for Washington. Now, this is the interception right before half. We'll see what Blake Martinez, what he was doing on this play. Might have been in right place, right time, honestly. You could see, I think it was McKissick just fell on this play, so that's kind of what led this to happen. We'll see what else everybody did on this play. Seemed like McLaurin was covered nicely by Bradbury. I don't know who that is down there. I'll try to take a look. I think that's a 3, so we'll go with Darnay Holmes probably right there. Seemed like everyone else did a good job on this play, and really the only option he had was a check down. As you can see, McKissick, the running back right here, just stumbled over his own feet on that play, and Blake Martinez was there, and luckily he came up with the interception, so nice play by him. So here was an Antonio Gibson run for 11 yards, and it set up a touchdown on the next play, I believe. And we'll see what happened here with the Giants' defense. I feel like their defensive line was overmatched on this play, and you can see they pretty much were, whether it was Dalvin Tomlinson, whether it was Dexter Lawrence. You can see right here a great seal block. It might have been a pull, honestly. I don't know where this guy came from. No, it wasn't. It was a right guard right here on Dexter Lawrence. He did a great job on this play. Then we have the left guard for Washington making a great play as well. And Tomlinson almost was able to get his left arm in there and make a tackle, but just missed him, I think. And I don't know which linebacker that is. It probably is, that's Devontae Downs, actually, number 52. He was taken out right here by the center, I believe that is. So, yeah, not the best thing for him right there by Devontae Downs. But, yeah, the Washington offensive line did a great job of blocking, and as I said, set up a touchdown on the next play. But, you can't get beat that badly by the offensive line, I will say that. But a nice tackle right there by Jabril Peppers. I'll give him that to save a touchdown at the moment. As I said, he scored the next play, but nice tackle there. But the Giants' defensive line has to be a bit better at shedding their blocks on a play like this. So here was one of the sacks. It was a 2nd and 17 on Daniel Jones, and I really cannot blame the offensive line once again. It's a screen pass, so all these offensive linemen are going to leak out to the right here. They're not really going to block their guys, as we know. But Chase Young nearly gets a very quick sack right there, and Jones kind of runs into a guy for an easy sack right there for Washington. But we'll see what happens. So they send Shepard in motion. They do a play action to Gallman, then a fake flip to Shepard right there, and it completely fooled Chase Young, so it kept him out of the play for now, which was good. And Young was pretty pissed off at himself after that play, you can tell. But yeah, actually, let's see what he does right there. Yeah, he was mad. He wanted that sack. But I see what they're trying to do here, kind of create some distraction and leak out the running back for a screen pass. And now if he got that in there, if the screen pass was made to Wayne Gallman right here, maybe it would have worked. You have Kerrigan right here, another guy right here. So I don't know if it would have worked, honestly, but it was a decent design. We'll probably see that play once again in the future, but it just did not work for this particular situation. Now you can see Young is completely left unblocked. I guess that's by design, hopefully. I'm pretty sure based on this, Evan Engram was probably supposed to chip Chase Young right here, but you can see Engram just trips over somebody, or I don't know if he just tried to dive at him, but Engram fell, and Chase Young was left unblocked, which is probably not supposed to happen. But as I said, they got lucky. He missed right there initially, but Jones just basically had to run into almost Andrew Thomas right there for a sack. But yeah, I think it was a decent play design, just was the wrong call at the wrong time, basically. So here was another drive for Washington with a long Cam Sims catch and a Leonard Williams sack to cap it off at the end. So this is kind of the Giants getting a taste of their own medicine. We saw this play very similarly with it was Austin Mack setting the pick and Sterling Shepard on the catch. And this time Cam Sims is the guy on the yards after catch, and this coach right here was pumped up. Wow. But yeah, we'll see right here. You can see I think it's McLaurin, number 17. Doesn't exactly make contact with this corner, who is Yadam, who was the guy beat on that play, but kind of just enough to get in his vision and be like, oh crap, don't run into him. But yeah, it's a good play design by Washington. You can see a missed tackle by Logan Ryan, and then Yadam trips over Ryan. Then we have Julian Love. He misses a tackle, and it takes a bad angle. Jabril Peppers misses a tackle. Love able to get a hand on him, and then Peppers and Yadam come in at the end to shore up that tackle. But yeah, not the best showing by the Giants defense. They had their moments of not looking great on defense. The 5 turnovers was awesome, but they had moments like this where they were missing tackles, tripping over each other, and just not covering well enough. And yeah, that was not a good look by them. We'll see what the defensive line was doing on this play, but it was a pretty fast pass right there by, I mean, he was in there for about 3 seconds, but we'll see what the offensive line did, or defensive line, I should say, did on this play. They sent 4 guys. Fackrell almost got there. Who is this, Sheard? It might be Jabal Sheard. I think it's Jabal Sheard. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I guess he does play a decent amount for the Giants, I feel like. I don't really notice him when he plays, which is probably not good, but he was in there on that play. And we'll see the missed tackles from this angle. Stiff arm on Ryan. Bad route by Love, missed tackle by Peppers, and yeah, but they get him down, thank God, which is good. And then we have the sack. It's a 2nd and 6 play, and I think this ended in a field goal. I'm not sure exactly how this drive ended, but Leonard Williams with the sack. Now, I think Alex Smith, if he could have done this over, maybe could have went here to fit a pass high to his receiver. Now he had McLaurin as well, but not enough time as Leonard Williams was already there. So we'll see Williams from this other angle to see how quickly he got there. This looks like Williams right here against the left guard, and we'll see what he did on this play. Alex Smith taking a while at the line here, making adjustments. All right, here we go. Just an inside move, gets by him and the center. I don't know how that was not a hold, honestly, but yeah, that's a hold. But Williams with a great job. Dexter Lawrence helping as well. But Leonard Williams off to a great start this year. As I said last video, probably going to earn himself a big contract, whether it's here or somewhere else. He's been playing out of his mind this year. The contract a year can do a lot for a player, and this is a very good example of it. But a great job by Leonard Williams on that play. Here was a 20-yard run by Alfred Morris. We'll see what happened on this play. We'll watch from this angle first, and we'll see who was blocking well on this play. Bounced it to the outside, and it's honestly pretty good vision by our running back right there. Knocks one guy over. He's like a bowling ball, that guy, Alfred Morris. But we'll see it from this angle to see what he was seeing. Two tight ends on this play right here, and I think we'll see exactly what happened on this right side. Fleming does a pretty good job. Zeitler did well enough, and I think we had Shepard right here trying to seal. I don't know if he did or not, but basically bounced it, did the right thing right there, and Morris, I kind of wish he stayed in bounds because that could have went a bit further, but a great job of having the vision by him and knocking a few guys over. I did not know Morris had this much in him. I mean, I figured he was done at this point. He didn't look the best in Washington. He did not look this spry, or not in Washington, but in Dallas, I meant to say. He did not look this spry for the Cowboys, but man, he looks good, so hopefully Morris can keep that up, and a nice run by him for 20 yards. Here was the Terry McLaurin 68-yard touchdown to make it a 3-point game, I think it was, after this. So watch the autumn right here. They're in zone once again, and it was not the best attempt. The missed tackle and Logan Ryan not taking the best angle. And yeah, I mean, that was not what you want to see. And we'll see if Yadam could have done something differently. Now, when you're in a zone like this, you want to keep your eye on the quarterback the whole time. I don't know what went wrong for him. I think right here is where it went wrong, because Yadam takes his eyes off the quarterback. You see him turn his head to the middle of the field. He sees an open McLaurin, which is good, run towards him, but he cannot see Alex Smith passing the ball. And if Yadam had his eyes on the ball, he might have been able to even intercept this ball or just at least make a play on it. But right here, didn't see anything, bounces off of him, and just makes a terrible attempt. So Isaac Yadam, a guy who had a pretty good showing last week against Tampa, was not good in this game whatsoever. So we'll see what the Giants do at cornerback 2 next week. I still think their other guy, what the hell is his name? Ryan Lewis is on IR, so we'll see what happens there. But not a good showing whatsoever for Yadam right here. And you can see the missed tackle there, inexcusable, and makes Logan Ryan look bad as well, and goes for 68 yards for Terry McLaurin. So here was a 3rd and 10, an interception by, who was it? Jabril Peppers on this play. So I made that kind of a correlation between the Eli Manning to Larry Donnell play before. This reminded me of Brett Favre against the, I think it was the Saints back in an NFC Championship game a while ago when Tracy Porter had an interception on him. Basically, Alex Smith runs to his right, throws across his body, and oftentimes when you throw across your body as a quarterback, bad stuff will happen. It was an inaccurate throw, way too high, and right in the waiting arms of Jabril Peppers. So a great job by Peppers to be there at the right place, right time. And we'll see what type of defense the Giants were in on this play. Probably is a zone, I would think, based on how it looks right there. Yes, it is. And Peppers is right here, and he sees where Smith's going to go with this ball. Right, he makes a break on it. Throw is too high, and Peppers gets a gift right there for the interception, an easy one for him. We'll see the pressure on this play. Who got it? It was, who is that? I did not see what number. Oh, that's Logan Ryan. So Logan Ryan with a good job right there, bringing some pressure from the secondary. Got past Moses pretty easily, who was expecting, I think he was expecting Fackrell, honestly. You can see Moses, the right tackle, probably expected Fackrell to be the guy. Didn't really see Logan Ryan, who got past him pretty easily. Number 93, I don't know who 93 is. That might be Sheard, honestly. But then an easy pick for, I was going to say Landon Collins, Mike. Those days are over. All right, so next play, we had, this was the game-sealing interception, a 2nd and 6. It was Logan Ryan, and I'm pretty sure this was zone defense as well. Where is Logan Ryan? I think Logan Ryan's right here. And he goes for McLaurin, I think somewhere over the middle of the field right there. And Logan Ryan just undercuts this thing. It didn't even have to undercut it that badly. It was just an awful decision and an awful throw. I don't know what he was seeing on that play. I guess he just honestly did not see Logan Ryan. Makes the game-sealing interception. And we'll see what type of pressure got on him on that play. Is that Cameron? Who's 49? Oh, Carter Coughlin. So, okay. I should probably know the numbers by now. But Coughlin, Leonard Williams kind of got in there a bit. And, yeah, it was just an awful throw. So, Alex Smith had a couple of gifts to Jabril Peppers and Logan Ryan to end the game there. But, hey, a lot of times we see cornerbacks and safeties drop balls that should be interceptions, so I give the Giants credit for at least holding on to the ball. And you can see Smith kind of triple clutching right there, not knowing what to do, and definitely not the best decision on his part. So thank God the Giants were able to get this win here, because they're up 20-3 at one point. So if they blew a 20-3 lead, it would not have been a good look. But the Giants got themselves the win here. So that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you guys tomorrow with the entertainer. We'll probably be on at like 5:15, 5:30 or so. I think it's on my channel this time, so tune in for that. And thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.